What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today we're going to be checking out some PBX gameplay on Battlefield 2042. I know it's a shocker to see anything besides sniper gameplay on this channel. Trust me, I understand. But I gotta say, this clip in particular is absolutely insane. I believe we racked up about 20 kills in less than 3 minutes from this one ridiculous spot. You're going to see exactly where I hang out and exactly where I go and where I place my spawn beacon as well, so I can continuously return to this area over and over and over again. But also, very quickly before we go ahead and hop into the commentary, if you guys do want to check out any of these gameplays like you're watching right here, I do this live every single day, besides Sundays, over on my Twitch channel. Usually I start up my stream at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, maybe a little late, around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, but usually around 10, so about 2 hours after my videos go live on my YouTube channel, and we stream until 4 p.m. Eastern Time as well. So if you guys want to catch any of those live streams, the link to that Twitch channel is down in the description. And also today, which is Saturday, every single Saturday to be exact, we go ahead and call it an old school Call of Duty stream day. So basically we go ahead and check out every game like Call of Duty 4 all the way up to like Black Ops 2. And sometimes we even dabble off into games like Ghost or Black Ops 3 Infinite Warfare to check out other titles that weren't really so popular but still really interesting to see current date compared to, some of the more recent titles that we've been playing with. So if you guys want to see any of these classics, being played in the year of 2022 to see how they're holding up, then by all means tune into the live stream today. Like I said, it starts 2 hours after this video goes live. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's commentary is going to be an extremely good one. Now, if you guys don't know who David is over on Twitter, this is the man that's been talking a lot about Battlefield 2042 and sharing his personal opinions about this game. The ex-developer who worked on games like Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, and also Payday 2. All absolute bangers. And he was also one of the head devs as well, so he knows exactly what he's talking about and he knows exactly what he's doing. But he actually went ahead and purchased, oh man, I feel bad for his wallet, but he went ahead and purchased Battlefield 2042 to go ahead and give it a try. And he went ahead and put out a list of his opinions about his, I guess his first initial experience with this specific game. And I do want to make sure it's very clear because I'm going to be going ahead and taking pauses in between, his statements to go ahead and dissect things and agree or disagree with certain things that he's saying. But I want to make it very clear because he mentioned it at the very end of this post here that he's not trying to, say this game's absolute garbage or give any bad blood to anybody else. He's just giving his personal opinions, his first impressions of the game. That's all. Anything more negative or anything like that is not on him. That's all me and my personal opinions and, what's coming out of my mouth. But with that being said, let's get straight into what David has to say about Battlefield 2042. Now, he started off over on Twitter saying, "So I played Battlefield 2042 for about an hour last week. Notes follow. 1. The map I was on, don't remember the name, visually unremarkable. Little was distinctive about it." And the map that he's talking about is Hourglass, the sand map. Basically the map that has an awesome, city on the outskirts and a massive stadium that's sunken halfway through, which should be in the center of the map, be a pretty cool fighting area, but it's, all the way to the left side of the map, not even in sight. Yeah, that map. Like he said, unremarkable. Little was distinctive about it. 2. Narrative layer confused me. 3. Vehicles felt pretty OP, or the spaces made them feel this way. Now, honestly, the first thing that he said here was just perfect because I completely agree with him on the statement. And honestly, this kind of transfers over to other maps as well. Not all the maps, because I think things like Orbital, Renewal are kind of a little bit better. But the mass majority of the maps suffer from the same exact thing. They're just completely plain. Every time I load up these maps, I'm not excited. I'm not pumped to see anything crazy or anything like that. Like how I felt in Battlefield 4 every time we played Siege of Shanghai. Even though I knew pretty much exactly what was going on, everybody was just going to go and blow up the tower and stuff like that. For some reason, every single time I play that map, I could always go to the top of the tower and fight it out with other infantry players and, have the tower crumble, and I could play this back hundreds and hundreds of times, but for some strange reason, I still got the same exact excitement because that's what made the map so special, just like every other map out there that had its own special, unique take on it. And in this game, there's nothing. The only map that actually has something interesting is Orbital with the rocket explosion. That's literally the only thing that you will see in this game that even is considerably levolution, which in my personal opinion is completely wasted potential because in each every map I see millions of ways they could have just added, massive disasters that could happen in the middle of a game to make it, very iconic and people remember the maps that they're playing, but they didn't take advantage of anything. They only worked on Orbital, I'm guessing because they didn't have that much time and they were crunching and the managers were really making their lives hell, but at the end of the day, it's a missed opportunity. And again, when he said the narrative layer confused me, completely understand that as well. Like we all been saying, the game doesn't make any sense, right? The trailers, the main menu, the backstory, everything does not line up with what is going on in the game. It doesn't make any logical sense. And the last point you guys already know I agree with. Vehicles are ridiculous in this game. Once again, coming straight back to the map designs. The maps aren't made for infantry. There's no ways infantry players can really have a good experience unless you're playing on Orbital, where, there's different pathways and you can go to the hills or hide in the trees or go to the underground bunker area to, move from flag to flag. That's the only map that caters to infantry. Every other map in this game has you crossing massive open lands of territory, which allows helicopters, tanks, bolts, jeeps. It doesn't matter what you're driving in. It just allows vehicles to have the upper hand advantage on you, once again making your life absolute living hell. His fourth point goes on to say the storms were not as fun as I had been led to believe. 5, gunplay was okay, not amazing, not terrible, but maybe better weapons feel better. And 6, time to kill felt off. For starter weapons, I was getting killed too fast as infantry, having to jog everywhere. And again, I have to state this because I said this in multiple videos in the past. It feels so nice to have a developer who worked on some of the best Battlefield games, share the same opinions as me as well, and a lot of you guys, because again, I felt like I was going crazy thinking all these things. I thought, DICE absolutely thought we were nuts, but to see someone who actually worked on the Battlefield franchise agree with these same opinions feels really solid, because again, I felt led on with the storms as well. I felt that the storms were going to be a massive impact in the gameplay when more than half the time the tornado doesn't even come to any objective points, and the tornado isn't even that interesting to begin with. It's very laggy, it's very glitchy, it doesn't work properly, it's not fun to actually be around. They made it look like it was going to be a blast fighting around this thing, and honestly, it's more of a struggle, and it's kind of depressing, especially since that's the only weather feature in this whole game, when they have a whole catalog of background images that the literal DICE developers sketched out themselves of multiple different weather features, tsunamis, firestorms, everything. It looked like earthquakes because the grounds were all cracked up. Like, where's that stuff at? Lava! I mean, where's that stuff at? You have it all out there in the open, but you didn't put it in the game. Depressing. You missed it. Once again, a massive missed opportunity. The gunplay opinion, I think it's pretty good. I'm going to have to disagree with this personal opinion here because I think I have a pretty good time, but I'm a little biased because I like the gunplay in Apex Legends. I can understand where other people are coming from, and I understand that a lot of the community doesn't like the gunplay in this game to begin with. Completely understand. I personally would not be angry if they reverted back to a style like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, where it was more grounded movement and less, slide canceling, slide hopping, very snappy reactive movement of this game. And the sad thing about it is that he's actually right when he says that the gunplay was a little iffy, because it is. The hit detection in this game is completely off. More than half your bullets don't register. That's why it feels off. It's a very snappy game, but it doesn't match a snappy environment. You can't have a game that has really, nice fluent movement and, aiming and stuff like that, and then mess up the mouse input and mess up the hit detection and make bullets don't register and have horrible connection servers. It's not a good balance point. It's just simply not. And the last point, again, I'm 50-50 with, because the time to kill gets a little bit better once you change around weapons and attachments and stuff like that, and you find out the guns you enjoy. But I completely understand where he's coming from when he's talking about dying and stuff like that because of having to run through these open, horrifying fields, saying that he's getting killed too fast as infantry, having to jog everywhere. Facts, there's no ATVs, there's no dirt bikes, there's no actual transport vehicles to help you get anywhere, so you are caught in the open 24/7, which once again leads you to getting insta-melted by vehicles every single corner. After that, 7 says, I have no clue why I should want to use these new specialists instead of classes. Definitely was a layer I didn't like. 8, Conquest is no longer a fun mode for me. I miss Rush. And 9, the work they need to do to rehab these maps is non-trivial. Well, to start off, 7, once again, agreed. Honestly, I thought Specialist was going to be pretty cool, but after seeing like 50 Boris's turrets, absolutely lined up and demolishing me every 5 seconds, it gets a bit annoying. And also seeing that people just get, random dogs, robo-dogs that insta-mount you as well every single 5 seconds without having to stack up points. Like, why is that not a point system? Why is it not like Battlefield 5 where you're rewarded stuff like that? I wouldn't be angry if it said, oh, well, you know what? You and your squad just captured, 5 different flags. You just got so many different revives, assists, kills, and stuff like that. That means you accumulated this many points. You can buy a dog, you can buy a bomb, you can buy, a vehicle. That's what it should be revolved around, not how they do it now, where anybody can just get a random dog, or anybody could just slap down a turret, and then it gets, like, multiple kills, and it makes people one-shot for you 24/7. It's very obnoxious. The traditional class system, I think at the end of the day, it's a little bit better. I know my opinion about this in the beginning was I was very supportive of the specialists, but after playing this game for a long time, time and reviewing this game for a long time and suffering through this game in order to make content, I think I can confirm that, it's just not the way to go. And again, number 8, I'm very sad about this one too because I agree with him. Conquest is no longer a fun mode for me. I miss Rush. Facts, Conquest, honestly, it used to be iconic, one of the best modes for Battlefield in the whole franchise. Everybody, when they go into Battlefield, when you think of this game, mostly you think of Conquest. It's the all-out battle. You can go wherever you want. You can explore different parts of the map. You can, take different objectives. It's more of a thought process. You can actually think strategically instead of having just 2 objectives that you push or defend. It's actually more, I don't know, it's more interesting to me. But for some reason, once again, it all revolves back to map design. Map design, I think, is one of the most crucial things that killed this game. But once again, map design killed Conquest because it doesn't even feel like the player count even matters. They upped the players to 128, but I can't even find anybody because the Conquest maps are horrible. That's why everybody plays Breakthrough, and I agree with him on the Rush thing. Rush is a very fantastic game as well. But at the end of the day, any game that just allows all the action to be condensed into one tiny area of the map is much better than having to explore half the map and finding 2 people in like 20 minutes. It's just not worth it. And again, I just can't get over number 9 when he said the work they need to do to rehab these maps is not trivial. I know he said he has no bad blood with anybody over there. He doesn't want to, no bad news here, but God, that is so funny, bro, because again, it's facts. The maps are so horrifying when it comes to Battlefield 2042. Number 10, the concept of the game baffles me. What is it about exactly? I just can't buy into the player fantasy at all of being a stateless soldier, and I don't know what else. Very tired of running around and dying. I didn't feel like I wanted to go back to this map or Conquest. Again, I completely agree with it. And 13, the whole 128 players thing never materially impacted my play. Every skirmish felt like 3 to 7 people. Are there places that feel 64 versus 64? Even the mode design actively works against this notion because of the flow of taking cap points. I really question this call. And you're not alone on feeling like this either. Like I said, more than half the community just goes to Breakthrough because Conquest is awful in this game. There are no points. I'm telling you right now, there are no points in this game in any of the maps that feel like it's 64 versus 64. It never gets to that. Maybe the one map Manifest when, everybody just tries to take over the B flags at the top of the hill. It's kind of like that. But more than half the time, nobody even pours up there to actually try to take those points. It's pointless in Conquest. Conquest is bad this time around. It doesn't feel like 128 players. And in Breakthrough, it feels almost like, 128 players wasn't perfectly balanced. And they're just like, okay, you either go to Conquest and you get a relaxing experience, or you go to Breakthrough and you get a stupidly overwhelming experience. There's not really any in between for this. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to sum up the video there. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope you all enjoyed this one, especially with his opinions on this whole game. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys agree with the majority of the stuff that he says, or if you guys are kind of on the opposite end. But ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, bumps, a hate, a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's 2 ways to do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.